Cargo Noir is a 2 to 5 player game that plays in about 30 minutes to an hour. The game comes with a 9-piece modular board, 54 cards, 5 player family sheets, 25 colored boats, 60 gold coins, and a first player marker and a turn marker to keep track of how many rounds have been played. And you'll play about 10 or 11. It kind of depends on how many people you have playing. Some of the mechanics used are worker placement, where you move your colored boats around the board. You have a set collection mechanic, where you collect sets of tiles to trade in for victory cards. And the main mechanic of the game, which is the auction bidding system, where you place a number of coins under one of your colored boats in a section of the board with cargo tiles you'd like to add to your collection. You start the game by setting up the player board according to how many players you have. So if you play with less than 5, you'll have to flip some of the pieces of the board to accommodate the number of players you're playing with. It's a nice touch, and it keeps it tense for even 2 to 3 players. The instruction manual has a reference guide to tell you which ones to flip, so you might want to check on that before you, at least until you have it memorized. Okay, then you give every player a family sheet. You give them 7 coins, and you start off with 3 colored boats. You set all of the cargo tiles randomly across the board in the designated areas. There are about 131 tiles total, and they just represent various type of goods. Cigars, ivory, things like that, and you collect these. It also includes 5 wild cargo tiles, and you actually keep those separate from the others because you only use as many as players you have. So if you're playing with 3 players, you add 3 wild tiles, and the rest you just don't play with. Okay, and the victory cards are always separated, and when you have multiples of a card, you stack those. So you just want to make sure every card type is visible to everybody at all times. So the turn order, it's 3 phases. So the first phase is you resolve your ship actions or boat actions. Your second phase is you trade in cargo that you've acquired or cargo in your storage for victory points, and you discard any excess cargo. So you start off with 6 spots. You can't keep any more of that. You have to trade it in or discard. And then the third phase is you send your boats out to new destinations on the board. So you send it out to bid or wherever else you want to set them. You start out by taking turns and deciding starting with the first player, where to place your initial 3 boats. So you can place it in the black market, where in your resolve phase you either take a random cargo tile from the bag, or you exchange the tile you have in storage for one of the tiles in the black market. You can go to the casino, where for every boat you have there, in your resolve phase you collect 2 coins. Or you can go to a port and put your boat on a stack of coins to declare intent on buying the cargo there. So if you're the first boat there, you can put any amount of coins you want to state that you want to bid there. If there's already a bidder there, if you want to bid, you have to put at least 1 more coin than the current bidder, or else you can't place a bid there. So it's got to be more. Your stack has to be higher. It's kind of easy to do that. Just put the higher stack there, and you're the winner. Once you have placed your boats and your bids, you pass to the next player. And the next time your turn comes around, that's when you resolve your boats in that order, 1, 2, and 3. And you take money. If you have a boat in the casino, you swap your tile, or take a random one if you're in the black market, and you check your bids. So if no one has bid against you in a port, you just take your tiles. Those are your tiles. You put them on your family sheet. You got to take them. They're yours. And you replace the tiles that you took. So if you took 3 tiles from a port, you put them in your storage, and then you replace them with 3 random tiles from the bag. So, and then on your second phase, that's when you can trade your cargo tiles for victory cards. And then you send it out, and so on and so forth. As far as the victory cards, there are 54 total victory cards, and they come in 2 types. You have your victory spoils and your smuggler's edge. So the victory spoils are what you trade your goods in for, and they help you win the game. So most of them are equal to the cost. So you spend $15 and get 15 victory points. That's how most of the victory spoils work. So there are also 6 special cards, and they're just really high value cards, and they actually give you more victory points than their cost. So for instance, the militia, you spend $45 and you get 50 victory points. So there are 6 of those, and they're pretty valuable. And also they add as tie. They can break ties if you have a tie. So the last type of card is the Smuggler's Edge cards, and they are worth victory points, but it's usually significantly less at their cost. But the reason why these are important is that they give you an edge that can help you out in certain situations. So, for instance, if you buy the cargo ship, it immediately gives you an extra boat to place on the board. So you can have up to 5. So each of the Smuggler's Edge cards, you can only have 2 of each kind, of which there are 3 kinds. So the Syndicate gives you a 2-coin reward for abandoning an area that you've bid on to a higher bidder. So usually you're going to have to do that anyways. With this card, you just get a reward for it. So you get 2 coins for doing that. The last one is a warehouse card, and it gives you 2 extra storage for cargo tiles. You start out with 6, but each of the warehouse gives you 2 more. And it's the same thing with the Smuggler's Edge. You can only have 2. So you can have up to 2 warehouse and expand your storage up to 10. So all in all, it's a really enjoyable game, really simple. It's not going to take a long time to teach to people, to anybody really. I mean, even people that have not had a whole lot of experience playing board games other than like Monopoly or Yahtzee, it's going to play pretty quickly. I guess I enjoyed it really well. I guess the only issues I would have is pretty much the first play, the cargo bag for the tiles kind of ripped pretty much before we started playing. So that was kind of an issue. The cards are pretty good quality. They're kind of a weird shape, but I found out that they fit perfectly in, if you're interested in sleeving, they fit in any sleeves that also fit 7 Wonders. So I have some TBG sleeves that I purchased for 7 Wonders, and they fit perfectly. So, but yeah, all in all, it's a pretty fun game, and I recommend it. All right, thank you.